Yes, Ultimatum is broken. Well, in my opinion. Does this mean you're going to farm as much currency as a maxed out Rogue Exile strat? No. So don't get your expectations in thinking like they're going to get like the most farm ever in the history of the game. That's not why it's broken, okay? The reason it's broken, you can get an extreme amount of farm, A tier, S tier levels of farm, 10 plus div an hour, with absolutely mediocre characters and absolutely mediocre levels of power, okay? I'm talking, if you could do just basic, no explicit modifier effect, not a bunch of scarabs, not a bunch of crap, just basic 8 mod tier 16 maps, you're probably more than strong enough to do a maxed out Ultimatum strategy and farm 10, 15, 20 divines an hour.
Not 5, not 6, not 7.
So if the idea of that makes you go, oh my god, yes, dude, I need that in my life. Oh, I love easy divines. My character sucks. Let me tell you, this is the most amount of divines per suck possible, okay? This is extremely easy. Like I said, you basically just need to be able to do tier 16 maps, fully juiced. But that's not what we're doing, okay? We're going to be doing... Oh, hold up. White maps, okay? The secret sauce is white maps, 2 scarabs of bribing for the additional rounds, and 100% increased experience. This means that round 1 becomes just from these 2, right? So we can stack these up to 2. Round 1 becomes round 5, and round 6 becomes round 10. Meaning we just from these scarabs, you start getting round 10 rewards at round 6. And the other part of the strategy is the idols. 24% chance to duplicate your items. Really good with 4 of these. It's a 96% chance. I would not go below 24. If you have to not get ultimate encounters, grant additional reward, I would much rather do that than the duplication is just too goddamn good, okay? You're literally doubling the amount of rewards instead of increasing. Like pretty much every ultimatum reward is like 10% more loot, but every chance is 24% more loot, right? So it's about twice as valuable in my opinion, based on like napkin math. You want 4 of these with duplication and 4 of these with increased rounds. I only have 3, but we're not going to get into that. That's the basic idea of the strat, and then we just put a white map in there, and we run to the ultimatum as fast as we can. We do the ultimatum, and then we stack up Eater of Worlds, and then when Eater of Worlds, or this gets to 28, we do that, and then we back out. And that's the map, okay? That's the basic idea. That's pretty much every ultimatum strat that's the basis of it. Now I'm going to show you what I did and how much div per hour I did with I would say, in terms of having an absolute maxed out strategy, and having the worst one, mine is like 70%, like a 7 out of 10. I'm going to show you how much you can get from 7 out of 10. I do 10 rounds. I don't even do it on Strand, which is, I think, the best map for it. And then after that, I'm going to show you some better strategies or how to improve it even farther. Things you can do that I didn't do. Things you can change to make it easier for yourself. And kind of like break it down and go into it at more detail. All right, so the strategy we're going to run in this video is I'm going to do 10 rounds of Dunes, not Strand, which I definitely recommend doing Strand over Dunes, but we're not going to get into that right now. I'd run 10 rounds of Dunes with my setup. So my setup real quickly is I'm running Scarab of Dueling. If you're doing Ultimatum in tier 14 or higher maps, you absolutely want to do this. It's literally just free currency. Running 2 Scarabs of Bribing. And I'm running Totemic Idols. A lot of people don't run these. I highly recommend running these if you can get really good minor idols with double suffixes, double relevant suffixes. Because if you can get double relevant suffixes, that means you can save space and fit a totemic idol in. Why are totemic idols good? Because like right there you see increased experience, increased number of monsters spawning. That doesn't give me more loot. Like right, that doesn't really directly affect my loot. What affects my loot is having a higher chance of getting currency or always doing altars. Well, increased number of monsters spawning, if you can stack it 3 times, that's 60% more monsters spawning. And by the way, these totemic idols right now are very cheap. You can do the rounds like 40 to 50% faster. You can do an entire ultimatum in like a minute if you can kill the monsters fast enough. It is extremely fast. It's like, it is night and day difference level of speed. So that's why I recommend it. But again, getting enough increased chance to get certain altars or certain rounds or get currency items is kind of hard unless you can get all these minor idols. And these guys are pretty expensive. Okay, some of these are like 20 divines. All right. But you can always get rid of 1 barrel idol, right? And then fit 3 mediocre ones in and like basically the same ideas here. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to run 10 maps of these. We're going to show you the loot, show you some of the fun explosions, some of the experiences I had along the way. Absolutely, prefaces, really mediocre 10 rounds. And we still make a good chunk of money. So like I'm saying, this strat really is broken for just the simplicity, the ease, and the amount of money you make. We're starting at 12:33 p.m. my time, and let's see how fast we can do this. And also the strategy is here is we're going to run to the ultimatum as fast as possible. And I'll be honest, I'm cheating in that regard a little bit, just simply because the fact that I have phasing and I can't be stunned. But Okay, my character's a little designed for this at this point, but I swear to you, it's really not that hard. We got stone circles, okay? So stone circles is unfortunate. I would say I get a stone circles or a survive. 2 is one, either one. About 1 out of 10. 1 out of 9 chance side. So this is actually pretty uncommon. It's very uncommon. I have like 300% increased chance to get the other 2. So unfortunate, but it does happen. And it's part of the game, and we're going to keep it in the data set. I don't want to do Blood Altar because I don't have very good armor. Also, another thing to mention when you're doing this stuff is that mods do matter, okay? So, depending on what build you have, mods are going to matter a lot. And the reason we're not running the idols that increase the amount of rounds we get is because when you start round 10 at round 2 or round 3 for me, because I don't have perfect idols, going to round 13 doesn't really do that much, right? It's just making it a lot harder and risking your chance of dying a lot because you can't pick what to do. And you end up just dying to Ruin. Not me, personally, but you end up like dying to Ruin or end up dying to Dots. This is just what I died to. I died to Dots, like Fizz Dots. Dot is something that you can't really control and it ends up ruining it, so it's just not worth it. The other idol I have is the idol that makes the circle smaller, but increases the, or decreases the spawn of things. So like, I have like reduced, I'll show it on the screen, but I have like reduced maps, reduced gems, and I think reduced essences, because I found those to be the most annoying. I'm not really sure what the best is. I will tell you one thing for sure is getting rid of maps. That's no question. But other than maps, I don't know what the other best 2 to get rid of are. Hey Vargan, can you not be here? Or Vagan. I don't know what the other 2 good ones to get rid of are. But those are the 2 other ones that I chose. That's why we don't go Dots, okay? I fucking literally died. I literally died. I swear on my mother, that's like the only time I've ever died doing this. I blame talking, okay? So map 1, we fucking died. We'll throw that in. We'll say we'll die 10% of the time, right? I think that's fair. I don't want domination. I was doing some domination strats earlier. Domination fucked us. It's domination salt. Where is it? Yeah, this is why I think Strand is better. Strand 100% better. Strand 100% better. Anyone who says Strand isn't the best, they're lying to you. Get Strand. I'm dying on that hill. But we're gonna do Dune. We're Duning. We're gonna star in a movie together.
Now is your chance.
That's talking. That's fine. All right, we got attackers now, so we're gonna watch how much faster this goes. Right, this is gonna be like a 1-minute run. Yep, sure. I don't care. 2 Ruin, please. The thing is before I had a Headhunter, and I actually think a Headhunter might actually be the play. If you're actually going to do this. The reason I got rid of my Headhunter was because, obviously, sometimes you have no buffs in here, and that really sucks. And if you're going to straight up build for Ultimatum, getting armor and things actually is worth. Because normally it's not really worth to build armor, because if you're using altars, right, like you're going to end up getting, like, almost always, like, 60% reduced defenses or something, and it's just like, oh, there goes my armor. So I kind of usually find armor to be useless. Also, I have no reduced crit on this character, which is definitely a problem. But as you can see, we're doing things way faster, right? Like way faster. And again, like my character is not that insane. This is a very mediocre character. Like I can't say that enough. Is that you don't need to have some super juiced, insane shit to run this. Like, obviously you can't do it with, like, if you can't do, like, tier 16s well, you can't do ultimatums. Like, I'm not saying that. But also, if you're, like, on the verge of being able to do tier 16s, or, like, tier 16 ultimatums, and you're having a little trouble, you can change the idol setup to make it easier as well. Like, you can get rid of all the unique idols. Not do any unique idols, not even Twisted Fate or whatever the fuck one I'm running. Last run, Orb of Regret. I'm just gonna take my rewards. Oh shit, no! I fucked up. I actually just fucked up. I forgot that I can't do that anymore because I'm running the Scarab. That's on me. So, first 2 maps, big L's, actually. Big L's, first 2 maps. But we got 26C and, like maybe another C, another bubblegum currency. And I'm just doing everything really bad, guys. So, this is like, look how terrible this is. Absolutely dog shit this is. How bad I am, and just think about how much you could be better than me. and how good the strategy is, okay? Because I'm giving you like a worse fucking run of it. Okay, so we got to this really fast. That's lucky. Again, it's important to note that you do want to take the last round if you're running the Scarab. If you're not running the Scarab of dueling, then you don't need to always do the last round, actually. And also, the reason I can take so much Ruin is because I have both Spell Dodge and Lucky Block and all that stuff. So it's like, it's pretty easy for me, advantage, to not get hit. Here's the fire thing is actually bad news bears for me. I probably shouldn't have taken it. It's a very legitimate chance I just gonna fucking die now. All four of them hit me at the same time. Hello. 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 Please don't hurt me. Ultimatum. Cool he is. Ooh. Temptation for the fool. I've almost died a few times here. Ooh. This does add a little bit to the rounds, but it's not that bad. Like my single target's kind of terrible with the way my build's set up. Honestly, the fact that I'm doing Ultimatum is kind of hilarious because my build really wasn't meant to do this, but I wasn't re-rolling, and fuck you. 4 Tainted Catalyst. Tainted Catalyst. Let's do a quick little gander here. It's about 10C per. So we just got a 3C Scarab, just got us 40C, right? For like 30 seconds, if that. Like, it's kind of insane, dog. Okay, my shit's filled. See, like, actually having overwhelming damage makes you run this even faster. Like, this can get better. Like, I'll probably gonna do, I have like a lot of money just sitting in my inventory, but like, you could do, if you actually get a lot of DPS and like you are tanky, you can do this even better. Like, right, my build is very mid. It's very mid. 20 Chaos Orbs to that bad boy. Let's go. It's not bad. That might even be worth doing. No, we'll do Raging Dead, I guess. Oh, I could have done a limited arena because I'm fighting this guy. Yeah, I'm a dumbass, actually. I'm not very intelligent. I'm not intelligent! I ruined it! God damn it, mate! Put this right here because I don't want to count. I can't do level 4 Raging Dead for whatever reason. It goes through my block.
I'm not up to that just
Is Starfall Crater? Alright, hold up. Starfall Crater. This counts, by the way. This absolutely counts. What would you value a Starfall Crater fight at? Like 100C?
I think you appreciate this one.
Like minimum?
You fight well. Enjoy myself.
Oh, okay. So, like, that counts, right? Like, that definitely counts. I gotta hit. I gotta. One sec. I gotta let Chucky know. All right. By the way, that happened to me already this week once. You're welcome. Kill yourself. All right, back to the Ultimatum. This counts though. The 15 or 16 div we just dropped absolutely counts. All right, now where's the Ultimatum? By the way, it doesn't count. It doesn't count. Low attacks per second, big hits are not our friend. All right. Yeah, 7 minutes with a Starfall Crater is pretty good though. It's not bad. Look at that! Look at that! Oh, it's so much stuff. I'm just gonna put this in there for now. Wow. Wait, shit, wrong way. Wow.
Chaos laughs.
The Lord in Black. Apparently that's something. We got 50C just worth of Tainted Catalyst. So, like, yeah, whatever. Literally 50C worth of Tainted Catalyst. A third of a Divine. And that's not even uncommon. That's genuinely not even close to uncommon. So that's average. The faster I can get to the Ultimatum. So, while we're here, I'll talk about the negative side effects of doing Ultimatum, right? So the big negative problem with Ultimatum is the fact that you don't get a lot of gold, right? You don't get a lot of gold, and in Settlers League, that sucks. Yes, do we get a good chunk of XP, assuming we're not stupid? Yes, right, we do. 10 chaos orb, it's actually pretty useless. But gold is an issue. You don't get a lot of gold for this, and that's kind of why the reason I haven't been doing it very much, because like, you know, your town takes a lot of gold. But if you do like, if you're doing juice maps and like just like basic juice maps and not like hyper juice maps for like, again, rogue exiles, pilfering, whatever, and you have a lot of gold extra over, then I still think this is one of the most efficient ways to make gold at the high end. And like I said several times now, it's still probably worth it. You know, you can keep your farm running and setting ships. You just can't like, you can't really get a big stockpile enough to roll like level 10s and stuff with doing this, which is kind of the main issue. You probably get like 60, 70k gold an hour, which is just, you get like 5k gold a map basically. And again, the June's assassination here, now that they're fucking just in my way, just being annoying. Divine orb, it's a divine orb, guys. And that's, again, it's basically 2 divine orbs. 2 of them. Back to back. Ultimatum! I'm an old screaming guy. 2 div. See, right there, basically just like, that's just it. Like, that happens like every 5 maps. And then it's like a 50-50 if it's 2 div. I mean, it's just such, it's crazy. It's crazy. Do it to me. Oh. Only 2 tainted catalysts at the time, but still, minimum tainted catalyst, still paid for the fucking scarab. Make sure to grab those. Oh yeah, it's fucking you. 1 more map left, right? That was 6 div. So even with the 2 failed ones in the terrible time, I mean, yeah, 6 div. And that's genuinely not a lot. And 4 tainted catalysts. And a gold ring.
I'm not up to that.
I'm speed. There she is.
I'm being punished. Unlikely.
Yes, you are. Why was this all div cards? Hello? What the fuck happened?
Feel its power. Ultimatum.
Ultimatum. That was like a terrible, terrible run, and yeah, that wasn't even an hour. 13.6 with 2 missed maps, and that does not count the power rune, and that does not count the shield. I don't think there's any other high variance things. Apparently, we got 52C in div cards. We got 4 prismatic catalysts, and they're apparently 13C each. It's 51C, or yeah, like 0.5. So like 13 div an hour, all day easily. So we went from 11 div an hour to 13 div an hour. And that's with losing 1 and throwing a win away and then losing another one. Okay, so now that we know that we can make over 13 div an hour with losing 2 maps, with goofing off, with going and doing a Starfall crater and getting a pretty sick drop, and we're not counting, even though it should count, we're not counting it. Over 13 div an hour, doing all that. What are the other parts of this strategy? What are things you could do to make it harder and get more per hour? What are things to do to save money? What are things to do to make it a little easier if your build's not up to par? Okay, so we'll do the easier part first, because I think that's obvious. In order to make it easier, obviously, you can drop the tier of the map down. I would not go below tier 6, because I feel like the amount of divs you get, from my experience, just seemed less. I don't know if it's true. I don't know, whatever. It just seems like the chances of you getting more than 1 div in the reward just kind of vanishes to nothing. And the amount of currency you get drops a little bit. So meaning if you're doing a tier 1 map, you might get like 4C, and on tier 16 you might get like 7 or 8C. It's a little worse, but it's also way fucking easier, and chances are you could probably do it faster. But the big difference between a tier 14 and the rest is that you can't run Scarabs of Dueling. So really what you want to do is you want to do tier 16 just so you could rub Scarabs of Dueling, which spawn the boss at the end and allow you to murder him. And then he drops Tainted Catalyst, and Catalysts are almost always a minimum of 20C. I've had up to 70C, meaning I've dropped 2 or 7. And it might drop Hate Forge or something, and just be like, oh, it's sick. So that's why I recommend trying to get to at least tier 16. Should you run them juice? Should you put stuff on them? You can, if it's an absolute joke to you, you can run 8 mods, and then use the quality bonus or quantity bonus. You get more Catalyst, if Catalyst spawn. But other than that, quantity doesn't do a goddamn thing. For the idols, how do we make it easier with idols? So you cannot run this. This makes it a little harder because it makes the things you choose as spawn as a tier higher. So, and that's not a big deal itself, right? So getting a tier 1 Raging Spirits versus getting a tier 2, it's a whatever. Same thing for almost all of them. But what it does do is usually you're going to be offered the same thing a lot of the time, and sometimes you're almost going to be forced to take 2 or 3 Raging Spirits, and you're going to get to a tier 4. Tier 3 to a tier 4 is a pretty massive jump. Even if you are a juicy character, tier 4 certain things are they just hit hard. Like if you don't have a lot of chaos resistance, tier 4 miasma sucks. Tier 4 altar sucks. You don't have a lot of armor. Stuff like that. It's a little iffy for you. You could definitely get rid of this. It's not a huge deal. As for what to actually put on here, maps is definitely the play. You definitely want to have maps. I chose essences and gems because I don't know. I really don't know what the other 2 best is. This is what I picked. You can experiment, use your own brain, look it up. I don't know. As for the minor idols, again, like I said earlier, you can get rid of the burial idols, and have a little bit slower time doing it. If you're short on divines, this will save you quite a bit of money because getting 2 relevant suffixes on all your minor idols does cost money. Okay, so if you get rid of 2 of these and then just you fill up the rest with 1 tier minor idols and save some money there. You can save quite a bit of money, probably like 10, 20, 30 even divines. But again, you're going to do each ultimatum slower. So that's kind of the problem with that. Now for the Conqueror idols, also I should mention that you have the option of going, you can get rid of all of these. Well, you can get rid of all of the currency divination card ones and maybe like a barrel idol. And you can go for the increased chance to spawn inscribe ultimatums on the noble idols. That's also totally a thing you can do. You can go for inscribed ultimatum juice. It's probably actually going to end up being better. You're going to want to look up specific things for doing inscribed ultimatums, like how you trade them in and stuff like that, because I don't fully know all about that stuff. I don't like inscribed ultimatums. I'm like dealing with them. So I haven't really given that much thought. But currency is really good. Divination cards can obviously be absolutely insane. It's a higher variance thing. But I think it's better than most things you get, right? The worst things to get are the shitty currencies that you get a lot of. That's going to be most of it. Most of the time, you're going to get absolutely garbage uniques. If you get uniques, all the maps are absolutely horribly garbage. And almost all the gems you get are usually garbage as well. That's why I don't go them, and I prefer currency, because most of the money I've made, if not all of it, is just from getting divines. Especially since I've seen up to 4 divines, which basically means 8 divines. Or inscribed ultimatums can also be insane. I've seen an 8 divine ultimatum. Really important thing is that you want as much chance at protect the altar and defeat the waves of enemies as possible. I think you probably even want more than what I have, and I don't even know what I have. We could check. I have 228% chance to protect the altar and a 44% increased chance to defeat waves of enemies. I would actually go for more than that. I almost would prefer to drop like a currency. I would almost drop this for a double protect the altar, protect the whatever thing. I really think you want to focus more on that than the currency. What really saves you the most time is just having protect the altar. You're going to like literally cut the ultimatum in half. And that's 50% more money per hour, basically. So that's huge. You get Steering Exarch credits as well while you're doing this. So the faster you can do the map, the better. Tips for actually doing the ultimatum. A Svalin will instantaneously basically make Ruin useless. You can get some Svalin and some block because you have like a 60%, 70% chance not to get hit all the time, plus your base evasion or whatever else you have. Other than that, phasing to get to the thing and run through giant amounts of packs if you need to. So you could get like a Quicksilver Flask and a Quartz Flask just to run through all the enemies. And other than that, you kind of figure out things as you go. What mods you want and what mods you don't want are going to vary quite a bit depending on your build, and it's really hard to give advice based on that. I think it's a really easy strategy. It can be really fun. I don't think it's as fun as some of the bigger things, but it's still fun. I enjoy it a lot. The drawbacks are the fact that you don't get a lot of gold, but with these totemic idols, you actually do end up doing pretty solid experience-wise. Like, it's definitely one of the better ones. I mean, that much increased experience is a lot. The big question, and I don't know the answer to this, yeah, that's the video. I hope you liked it. And send me $1 million. Thank you.